And every time I touch you, you just tremble inside. And I know how much you want me, that you can't hide. Can I just have some more romance with you, my love?
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for coming. My name's Ku Govender. I'm the Group CEO for VWV, and I have a little speech that I've written which comes really from the bottom of my heart. But before I start, I'd just like to acknowledge Petra, to really give her a round of applause. Petra is just an amazing woman. I actually connected with her because of just her spirit for philanthropy and making a real difference in community and in society. In my 30s, my career accelerated phenomenally, and I was married. I had 2 kids then, I had the house, the car. But ladies and gentlemen, there was something in me that didn't have happiness. I missed out on what my true purpose was. And I had to deeply reflect, what is my true purpose and why was I created? And then I remembered the moment of my 20s being rejected by a female mentor. And I thought, this is what I want to do in my 30s, have an impact in the lives of women. Last year, I joined VWV as the first female CEO, and I opened up a women's academy, and to date, we've graduated 56 young women, equipping them for the corporate world. But that's my purpose, and that's what I want to encourage each and every one of you. What is your purpose? Being a senior woman leader in South Africa, I stand here looking all glamorous and all together, but it's a hard road. And sometimes, especially with women, we feel very vulnerable. When I read the book, I thought, I'm not in that boat alone. There's a lot of women and men in that same boat, and they had the courage to share their stories. And I actually have it on my desk, and I call it my corporate toolkit. So when I have a challenge, I look quickly to see if I can identify this challenge, and this is what the book does. It honestly helps me. I would encourage each and every one of you who are CEOs or leaders, you need to equip, enable, and empower your staff. And I can guarantee you this, that the book will do this. I'd like to introduce you to a very inspirational man who's very pro women empowerment as well, Pepe, who's the founder of Joe Public.
8 years ago, my business actually went bankrupt. I fired a senior exec for being a racist. He went to work for my biggest client, so he became my client, our client, and he fired us. And somehow it seems as humans, when we are knocked down, that's when we start looking for new answers. And I came across this notion that we are obsessed with our humanness, working for money, to buy the nice car, to have the house, to have the clothes. It's all about what we look like and what we do. But the interesting thing is those things are all about self-serving. I became aware that we are actually human beings. And on the other side of the equation, on the being side, it's all about becoming a servant of others. And I put that sort of way of being into my life, which is completely linked to this notion of purpose. When I met Petra a few years ago, it was at Gibbs, I'll never forget it. And to me, it's amazing to see a person that is actually embracing the human beingness to such a level. So I would like to introduce you as a human being who stepped forward and out of the comfort zone of just being a human and done something amazing. Because I think to actually take that challenge and put pen to paper, as a person that deals with putting pen to white space every day, is challenging. And I salute you, and may all your dreams come true.
Thank you, Pepe. Thank you, Ku. Thank you to every single person here. It's taken 38 years to write this thing. Some arduous journeys on the way, but always inspiring. I'm one of those people that has always believed that I was born for a reason, that I was born for a purpose. And I got to a point where I was so frustrated, thinking, well, what have I done with my life? Where has it gone? So what I started doing is chatting with people that I'd known both personally and in business, saying, well, what is it? And that's really what motivated me to write the book, is knowing that we have a purpose, but unless you're living on purpose and intentionally, so that all your actions and all decisions are aligned with that purpose, we're never going to be all that we can be. Really what I want to inspire everyone through the book is to discover and connect with your purpose, the reason that you were put on this earth. So this is what kept me going throughout the book. I had to remind myself this is actually on the wall behind my desk. And that little tick is that I've just done it. I've just written a book. I've ticked it off on my to-do list and on my bucket list. The one gent that did the forward for my book, which I was really blessed to meet, and was through Craig. Craig was acting on Black Sails. Ray Stevenson was on Black Sails. And something that he said in the book really resonated with me. To thine own self be true. How Ray puts it is, Petra invites me to submit some thoughts and personal experiences on the subject of living on purpose. It sounded quite straightforward at first. However, I quickly came to realize that there is an immense difference between living for or with a purpose and living on purpose. This is what I believe to be the genius behind her work and the importance of bringing this to light. I do believe that because I connected with my purpose on such a deep level, I was able to stay on course and not get derailed. There've been a lot of sacrifices. I've sacrificed time with my family, with my friends. Craig's gone on holiday, I think 4 times this last year by himself. So I'd really like to invite you today to come on this journey with me, to live on purpose so that we can change our lives and that we can impact the lives of others. And then something that I'm wanting to start to work with as well is our kids. Not a mother in the sense of having my own child, but understanding that we need to start raising better adults. Very close to my heart is being the voice for those that don't have any. And for me, that means supporting and uplifting animals. This brings me to the campaign that we've started, the Impact Campaign. If you do just one thing every day to uplift the life of another being, so whether it's human, animal, or our planet, in just 40 years, you would have impacted the lives of 14,610 beings. And these just one things are simple things that are doable, that if we start living consciously, will make such a difference. And this is really the message that I'm wanting to share. Okay, there's our little girls, Mary Jane and Tamlin Hawkerby. And now this is a little girl that I found on the street last year. She weighed 18.6 kilograms when we picked her up. She now weighs 43 kilograms of pure muscle. She's amazing, she's gorgeous. And then this is our little foster child. She was dropped off at the vet to be put down because apparently she was old and sick. She wasn't. Pets, who is here, where's Nicole? So there's the amazing woman, and why Craig and myself support Nicole and pets so much is we don't have the strength to do what they do. And this is speaking specifically for animals, but interpret this as you will, to whatever area impacts you. You know, if you can't adopt, foster. If you can't foster, volunteer. If you can't volunteer, help financially. If you can't help financially, spread the word and share the message. And my prayer really is that you find out who you are, who you want to be, and that you go and be that person. That's what your soul was put on this earth to be. Find your truth and everything else will come. Lastly, beautiful quote from the book of Esther. Perhaps this is the moment for which you have been created. Just wanted to say a big thank you to everyone that contributed to the book. There's so many people. Of course, there's many more that I've met along the journey. So hopefully that's book 2, 3, and 4. There's incredible stories in the book. There's 50 people that I've interviewed on how they started as ordinary, but how they've turned their lives around by connecting with their purpose, so that every decision, every thought, every habit was completely in line with their purpose. I'd like to urge you to get the book and grow and learn and be inspired by the stories, the book, the journey, living on purpose. Just one thing is about giving hope to people that we can do something. And if we all do this together and share the message to those around us, can you imagine the impact? Here's to living on purpose. Thank you for coming today. We are going to be having a lucky draw prizes on this table are worth over 25,000 Rand. But you can only be in the draw if you buy a book. And like I said, the whole idea is to raise 100,000 Rand for pets. Have fun, eat, be merry, and we'll be back in a few minutes. Thank you so much.
Thank you.